I grew up with low self.
You know the boy? Oh, you're not commentating?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Women's Series Futsal. I'm Josh Fusco and I will be your commentator for the next 30 minutes as my replacement commentator, Ethan, arrives. Han Tran out with an injury. I think it's a sore throat, so if you're listening, Han, miss you there. Can't wait to have you back. Not next Sunday, the Sunday after. And at the moment we have Thornbury taking on Carlton. So it's a bottom of the table clash between two sides really trying to get points. Carlton, of course, had some excellent results early on in the season. Thornbury still on the hunt for their first win in the top flight of SFV. And they have a counter-attack here. Quickly cut out for a Carlton side ball. Reese Teresi, the manager, done a wonderful job with the side. A side that looks very different to the one 2 seasons ago. Where he's built it from the ground up. New players, a new system, new ideas, and you can really see something take shape. Alvarenga to distribute out wide. Carlton playing slowly. Trying to find the gap. Intercepted in there from Thornbury. They might go. That's Paoli. Taking it down the flank. Past one. Couldn't get past the second. As Wilbert knocks the ball out for a side. Of course, on the other end, you have Danny Petresca, who was the player of the match last week against the juggernauts of Fitzroy Tigers FC. A absolutely blinder for a goalkeeper, winning herself player of the match despite being on the losing side, a losing effort. And there she is in goal with the ball now. Potentially distributes long, right into the center of the park, and that one will roll out. A big night for Women's Series Futsal. Western United taking on Northern Phoenix in the second game just after this. That will constitute a lot for the title race. Northern Phoenix not been at their best, but Western United have taken a slow start to the season also. So right after that, it'll be AKU take on Fitzroy, and I think it's fair to say that will be the game of the night as Michael Tiaris calls for the timeout. Looks at me, gives me a smile, and we'll go to a quick ad break. Don't go away. back into it, and the scoreboard is finally back on. Carlton do lead 1-0 with 12 minutes 51 to go in this first half of Women's Series Futsal action. As I was talking about, some big games coming up right after this. You obviously have 1-0 in Heidelberg as the final game of the night. That'll look to raise some eyebrows, as it could be decent. And that's a counter from Carlton. Forced backwards from good defense. Racinos tries the overlap. That one can't stay in. Racinos to take it into the centre. Wilbert, past one, a little fake. Back to Racinos, distributes well. Here's Carlton. Can't quite go. Quinn Ewan on the counter into the hands of Alvarenga, who picks up most forcefully. And again, it's Ewan. Distributes wide into the centre. Racinos picks up, but can't keep it. Manages to win it back. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. How is this night going to go? Is it going to be a bumpy ride for some teams? Are we going to get the results we think? Will there be some upsets? Of course. 2 games, the 2 middle ones, you cannot miss them. So many implications for the title really early on as the top teams take on each other, or at least the early season favourites. Racinos. Carlton. It's dangerous. Quinn Ewan lurking, but Racinos takes the ball back. Well played, and Danny Petrescu at the near post stops that one from slipping through for a second. Still Carlton, still on the offense, and it might go for a corner. And what's Reece Interisi's plan? He's submitted the timeout. And well, he submitted the timeout. Oh, gee. Reece Interisi's not happy. He's gone for the timeout. He's not got it. Michael Tiaris has not called for the timeout. Corner. Racinos. And that one into no man's land. Taking a hit off a body though. Wilbert, side ball into the centre. Finds the space, and that one just lurks over the bar as Quinn Ewan on the ball. Out wide. There's a bit of space to work in. Gets the ball and a player refereed. Says play on for the side ball. Here they go. Ewan. It's a save, it's in! Quinn Ewan has scored it. And Thornbury get their goal. Look at the celebration. Look how much it means. And Reece Interisi's not happy. He's having a chat to Michael Tiaris. He's very not much fond of that decision earlier on to not get the timeout. He thinks it's he thinks it's impacted his team, and he might be right. But nonetheless, it's one apiece. Thornbury, Carlton Hart. And a good save from Petrescu. Long ball into the centre. Racinos wins it. Tries, chases, goes down with a tackle. Absolutely unbelievable. Yellow card pulled out. There it is. For a harsh challenge. Probably unnecessary. Really didn't have much of a chance to win the ball. Comes in, takes a player, and now Racinos will be careful for the rest of the game. Into the centre. Wilbert distributes well, the 1-2 with Racinos. Wilbert still there, goes out to the flank, sliding across into the hands of Petrescu, launches it forward. Thornbury might have a chance here. Forced backwards. But still Carlton's press, keeping him in for a chance. And maybe that one, not quite, doesn't loom well. Alvarenga. Carlton working the ball up. Can't get that one to Racinos. Here's Thornbury. Racinos wins it. She might go alone. A lot of space for Racinos. Plays it out. Might have something in the centre. Couldn't get enough of a touch on. She tries to turn and spin and work her way past Petreska. That one out of bounds. Ball to Thornbury. Long they go again. Header one well. It's a chance for Thornbury. Carlton seem to make the most of it. Counter attack coming forward. And again, Petreska picks up. Very hard keeper to beat, at least this season. Alvarenga and another interception. Six and a half minutes left in this one. Racinos, Quinn Ewan, one of the most underrated players in this league. And we saw her at Northern Phoenix and what she could do in transforming a team. And when she is in the presence of a squad, they just are just that little bit better. She brings this fight, this ferocity. And you could really see it in this Thornbury side. There's Racinos though, intercepted by the aforementioned Ewan. Past one, past two, Ewan's gone. It's still in. Couldn't get it. That one a key optimal chance. Long ball. Carlton's target holding it on. And that one run out of real estate. Paoli back on. Out wide. Another interception from Racinos. Long ball. Racinos picks it up in the centre again. Forced to turn back, not on the favourable foot. And it looks like Racinos is coming off for a rest, the Carlton Heart star. Side ball on the near side, bottom of your screen. Plays it through, Alvarenga picks up quite easily. Long ball. End-to-end action from the keepers. There's Petreska. Unable to be controlled, but still one back by Thornbury. Carlton intercept. Petreska needs to slide. And maybe a chance to counter from Thornbury though. Carlton pick it up and make it all too easy with the interception. I'd have to say Carlton Heart really controlling the game. Looking a little bit more positive as Thornbury try and sit back and run counter-attacks on this Carlton side, trying to pick out a moment where they can squeeze in a goal. The ball launched, trying to find Wilbert. Side ball with just 3 minutes in this first half. Carlton working it again, forced back. The long shot. Trying to dink the Thornbury keeper, Petrescu, who's on the smaller side of things. Here come Thornbury. Side ball. Up the court. Alvarenga distributes. Wilbert, the chip, headed down by Pioli. Back into the centre. Not enough time and space to move, and really the game has just been stuck in the middle, in the centre of the park. Chances in this second half of the first half, really few and far between. Mainly goalkeeper throws, but something might be brewing. That one launched over the, the crossbar by Wilbert. Colton Hart putting pressure on Thornbury, who decide this time to go short. Ultimately, can't keep possession of the ball. Interisi's tactic working well. Petrescu, long throw. Last touch off Wilbert. Quinn Ewan, the side ball. Keeps it going. Last touch of Thornbury. Wilbert. Out of bounds again. "30 seconds. Long ball. Into the hands of Interisi. It might be something for Carlton. With just 12 seconds left, can they break free? Maybe. It's hard. It's striked. It's Wilbert. And Petrescu saves it. And with that, we say goodbye to the first half. A short intermission, and then the second half of the first game of round 5. Oh man.
Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now. up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Ready to I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Back in it for the second half, the first game of Women's Series Futsal, as Petreska has to make a save early on. 22.5 minutes left to play for the second half of the first game. Racinos, and a good save for a ball. Really just travelling towards the top corner. And this game might heat up as both teams really need this win. Carlton particularly will be looking at this as an ideal chance to pick up another 3 points. It's a corner, and perhaps a set piece in play for Interisi's girls. Wilbert turns and Ewan clears. Right place at the right time. As always, has been an absolute rock for this Thornbury side. Extremely influential. Wilbert. There's enough space there to put it in. Racinos. Forced backwards. Hard in the centre. Tried to play the ball out for an easy tap in. Not quite going to work. Free kick for Thornbury. On the D. A fair distance out to really attempt anything. Wilbert tries to intercept and does. But it will remain Thornbury's ball and Thornbury's chance to make something happen. A little bit of magic. Racinos intercepts, launches the ball out. Let us know your thoughts. Who's going to take home the 3 points in each of these games? If anyone, will there be a draw? Draws are back in fashion in SFE for the first time in almost 7 years. There's Duffy. Forced back to Racinos. Plays it first time. Quinn Newen intercepts. And Thornbury might conjure up something. Newen. Duffy pass 2 for Carlton. Can't keep possession of the ball, and Racinos calms it down, makes the run. Enough time for a shot. It's gone in. It's through the cake hole. Danny Petreska has let it slip as Racinos from distance takes the strike and puts Carlton Hart up by a goal yet again. Hart into the centre. Nguyen again. They've gone from defensive to needing some absolute brilliant scoring opportunities if they want to draw level. $18 minutes, plenty of time for Thornbury to find the ball away into the back of the net. Alvarenga. The star shot stopper. For Carlton Hart has been brilliant since her introduction into the squad. I think it was about a season ago. Racinos. Wilbert takes it up, plenty of space. Takes the strike. Racinos again. Makes the play, looks for the 1-2, there's enough space. Petreska saves, and the second blocked by Paoli. Nguyen. Carlton forced to start again. And I don't know how they haven't scored a third goal. It was absolutely brilliant from the keeper. Nguyen again. Tries to find a way forward. That one knocked out. Petreska distributes. Nguyen. Absolutely blistering pace down the line. Progresses the ball forward. And a side ball played through. It might be a bit of a danger zone situation. That one works well for Carlton. A side ball. Not quite keeper's possession. Wilbert out to the flank. Into the centre. Thornbury still on it. Back to the keeper, a necessity. Reese into Reese. Instructing his side from the sideline. Giving some tips and tricks and coaching advice. I guess it's his job. Most notably telling these girls, we have the 2-1 lead, let's not let it slip. In a game that they're not in too much danger of conceding. Even the slightest slip of judgment might cost them the 3 points. Petreska. Ball out. Wilbert. Calm on the ball. Still going. And knocked out by Lee. In the background you can see Western United warming up. Getting ready for that next game. It's a big one for them. They've been crowned early, a title chance, a title contender. Their season has been perfect so far, but perhaps not as impressive as everyone once thought, particularly when they've added two of the top players in SFE. I mean, the best. Dimazi, Rebecca Davies. You can't really get much better. They'll take on Northern Phoenix, a team struggling at the moment, but I'll hold it as Wilbert attacks the back post with a pass, looking for Gulson. And I can't believe it. The thinnest of margins. It's hit that string again. Racinos. Can't keep it. And it looks like a timeout has been called, this time again by Thornbury. With that, we'll take a quick break and be right back. Don't go away.
Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. I'm riding around in a benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Back into it. It's Thornbury's ball. The last 12 minutes of this game. To follow. 2-1. That one launched from distance. And talking about the next game, Northern Phoenix in the background, led by head coach Tyler Lewis and longtime manager Mohammed Fataya, who's managed a few clubs. Never quite had the coaching title, but he'll be looking to add that bit of magic. He knows Beck Davies very well, and he's spoken before about how he's going to stop that Western United team. He knows how to deal with Rebecca Davies, so we'll need to see if he can bring the goods in the coaching staff. Hart. In this game, Carlton Hart still lead 2 goals to 1. And here might be Thornbury's chance. The turn, the strike. No one at the back post to tap it in. And we look around the stadium. So many people coming to watch ever since we moved to the Darebin Community Centre. President of Northern Phoenix, Sam Masters there looking from above. His side needs a win. It's been quite barren for them in terms of points this season. And so this might be a key opportunity to leave their mark this season. Petreska on the ball. Long throw. Picked up. Works in favour of Carlton Hart. Back to Thornbury. Nguyen. And even if this game turns into a losing effort, she would have to be up there for one of the players of the match. A star for Thornbury. Racinos. Guarded by Nguyen. Takes the strike. Now Thornbury down the line. That one couldn't stay in. A set up defense. Turns and strikes. Just past the post. Long ball. Wilbert. Guarded by Nguyen. Works her way around it. Circumvents the defense. It's 2. And it's Petreska again. Great positioning to stop the offense. Duffy. And Wilbert couldn't unstretch to it. Side ball to Thornbury. Taken by Nguyen. Played in. She's trying to make the overlap. Again, running out of real estate every time they move the ball forward. Long ball. Picked up. Racinos. Duffy. Wilbert. Racinos. Into the centre. And still not enough on it to constitute a goal. Carlton time in, time out, working their way through, and yet they still cannot find a way to break Dani Petreska for the 3rd time. Side ball, Racinos. Skews past everyone. Racinos rushing back to defend, hold the anchor position on the Thornbury ball. Into the centre, Goulson gets a touch on it. Wilbert looks for Goulson, can't get the control she needs to make that devastating. Petreska to Paoli. Couldn't turn. Side ball, Carlton. Duffy. Apologies, Wilbert. In the centre. I don't know how she's managed to get past Racinos there. Just not enough on it to keep the ball in. And something special there was brewing for Thornbury. And despite being down a goal, they are still looking for those counters as their key method of scoring opportunity. Racinos, cool, calm and collected, takes it up. Wilbert uses the line. Couldn't be held by Petreska. Back to Racinos. Wilbert again. Not a great touch. Nguyen's down. The foul is called. And it's a skill winning fouls, really. Part of the game. The last 6 minutes now. Intermission to make a substitute. Trying to bring Haddad on. Cleared. Paoli takes it up for Thornbury. Time is ticking down for Thornbury. They need something now, and if they can get it late, they might just be able to salvage a draw. Nguyen goes across. Ball can't keep in. At the halfway line, Thornbury look to redistribute. Finds a bit of space, but no player in sight. Carlton will be very happy to run the clock down now. Nothing silly. No mistakes, and this could be one of them. There's Lee. Takes the strike. Another side ball, but Thornbury really haven't been devastating from side balls. They haven't made too many opportunities that can really raise an eyebrow. Lee. This one tries to be forced through into the middle. This one quickly. A turnover from Thornbury. This late on really shouldn't be happening in the game. And another turnover, which I can't believe just happened. The ball goes back to Thornbury. It's Nguyen. She has enough space, but no support from her team. 3 minutes 50. Petreska. Nguyen, and Petreska can't touch it again. Forced to let that one roll. Carlton up by 1. Have another chance to really seal the deal, nail the coffin and end this game. As this night only just gets started. Nguyen. And you can see the crowd here really building. Definitely the biggest of the season so far. The top 4 go head-to-head these next 3 weeks. Round 5, round 6, round 7. Duffy. Carlton just need to hold on to it for these next 2.5 minutes. And it's a poor giveaway. Petreska for Thornbury. Long ball. And really too easy for Carlton to regain possession and to hold it. The press from Thornbury not activated to the best of their ability. And that one passed out of bounds. I guess if the press wouldn't do it, Carlton will do it themselves. Thornbury ball, Nguyen, Petreska. 2 minutes. Wilbert gets past one, and again, down in Petreska, safe hands. Lee, back to the goal, tries to turn, not enough in it. Duffy from distance. We enter stop clock territory for this opener. Nguyen couldn't keep it in. Duffy, Wilbert. Paoli not strong enough on it. Still Wilbert. Petreska. And again, the ball is given back to Carlton in the most dire of situations. Wilbert allowed space to free roam, but this one might be a counter for Thornbury. Lee needs to distribute. Don't seem like they're on the same page. Petreska can touch it. That's her only one. She's going to distribute. She needs to. Lost in no man's land. Wilbert can seal it. She does seal it. Carlton Hart, with just 58 seconds to go, will win this game. And only after the pressure of trying to salvage a point were Carlton able to break down Thornbury's defense. A mistake from Petreska. Runs the ball, does not distribute. And that's enough for Wilbert to capitalize. Racinos, Duffy in the center at the D. Tries to play across her goal. Maybe a consolation for Thornbury. Smacked against the post. One of their best chances so far. And last touch off the Carlton Hart keeper, Alvarenga. Short ball. Petreska picks up. Takes the strike, it's a save. Yellow card coming out. And I think the experienced Alvarenga had too much to say on that play. Yellow card given. And it should appear on the screen very shortly. There it is. Yellow card, Alvarenga. Corner. The last 30 seconds. Wilbert tries to beat Petreska. There's Racinos. Can they make it 4? Plenty of time on the clock. 20 seconds for Hart to up that goal difference. The go around, Petreska's beaten. Has enough of a touch on the ball to really throw off the attacker. 7 seconds. Lee on the flank. And with that, it's game. Thornbury could not get the job done against this wonderful Carlton Hart side. We'll have a player of the match interview coming up. Don't go away. It's a massive win for Carlton. 3-1.
Low self-esteem was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. Crew riding around in a Benzo. Red I'm being in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Huh?
up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Red I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Welcome back to the post-match interview, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Reece Intermission, Carlton Hearts star coach. They've just taken the win against Thornbury. It's been an up and down season. How do you look at this game in the grand scheme of things?
We've had a scoring problem, and that's something I've said to the girls. It's something we know. So to get a few today, I think we created really well. Got to put it in the back of the net. We've got to work on that. So we will. But good to get 3 points.
Who do you think was the most influential player in this game? Personally, Racinos was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get with Racinos. She's always going to put in 110%. Kobe, big shout out to Kobe. She glides on the ball. It's like takes players on. She's been having a joke with me about a goal drought, so good that she broke it today, and I'm expecting a lot more from her too.
Now, there was an incident that happened halfway through the game. I think it was actually really towards half-time. You've gone for a timeout. You've handed the card in. Michael hasn't called the timeout. Then you go on and concede on the other end. How do you look at that in terms of the refereeing?
What really upsets me about that is the inconsistency. We had the exact same situation on Friday night in the men's with Fitzroy. I think Jimmy called a timeout. They'd already taken the corner. They stopped play, brought it back to take the timeout. Here, before the corner was taken, they didn't give me my timeout. It's just ridiculous. Like, we've got to be consistent. If you're going to give me a timeout card instead of yelling out to Michael, then let's use the cards the way they're meant to be used. Don't give us stuff and then... I'm not going to say that's why I conceded. I don't believe that, but I'm saying that we had a plan for the corner, and I didn't get to do it.
Final question. I mean, this season again, your team's kind of come together. It's gelling. It's been a long road from, I think, 2 seasons ago. We had a completely different team, and now you've started something. We can really see the journey. You've beaten Northern Phoenix, who have some of your old players. You've really gone toe-to-toe last season with Heidelberg. How are you happy with the girls?
Look, I told them to trust the process. It's going to come, and everyone can see it. All right? It's not just in heart. I think everybody can see that we're not here to fill a spot. We're here to compete. We're going to compete, and I'm really excited to see what we can do. I'm buzzing. The girls are buzzing, and it's a good camp to be at.
Absolutely. That's Reece Intermission from Carlton Heart, and now we have Northern Phoenix take on West United for one of the most anticipated games of the night. Thanks, Reece.
Thanks, Joshy. See you guys later.
The excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
And here we are in Darebin. for match day 5 of SFW Women's. A massive one right here for you as Western United take on Northern Phoenix. Obviously those out west with a chance to go top if they claim all 3 points. Momentarily that may be. And for Northern Phoenix, they need to rebound after last week's defeat to Heidelberg. And it is those in green who are looking to get off to the perfect start at the moment. It's Allerton. Plays it wide for Ihara. Looking to find an early angle and an early chance for United. It's a fabulous ball back to Ihara. And an improvised effort is turned just wide. But already Northern Phoenix on the back foot and rocked by those in green. And they need to respond if they are to keep themselves within the title race already in the early stages of 2025 so far. It's Allerton. It's Western United going again. Looking for Ihara on this far side was Rebecca Davies, but her ball couldn't find her in the end. And Gianos uses Galanos. And Northern Phoenix, who have had to sit deep and soak up some pressure, are once again under the pump. And Western United had a massive chance. It was Ihara who found the yard but couldn't find the finish, unfortunately. And Northern Phoenix go down the other end. Great goalkeeping. And the return ball from Gianos. A bit audacious as Western United are able to clear. It was Kristen Molloy's effort that was saved expertly by Lara El Hayek in goal, and she's called into action again and responds admirably, stifling out Mila Best's best effort to get a ball into the box or a shot away. And there's been nothing short of a fast start from both of these sides. You can sense the urgency and the occasion for both tonight. A win is the only thing that will suffice, as Al Hayek commands well. Wants to get it going straight away. Allerton. Now Davies. Western United just trying to turn the screw. Davies finds Allerton once more. Has runners down the line. Goes back to Davies. Can she create an angle for a strike? Looking to twist and turn her way by. And in the end goes, dances past 1, 2. That's a fabulous opening goal for those in green. And it is Walgerine who was there to turn in after a wonderful bit of work from Rebecca Davies. They took their time and were patient, and Western United hit the front. And Northern Phoenix already have to respond. As it's been coming, it definitely wasn't against the run of play, and Walgerine nips in to win well. Allerton finds Davies once more. There's a good shape about Western United already. There's a real composure and a real patience when they have the ball, trying to pick the holes in this defence, and Davies nearly threaded Walgerine in again. But what can Northern Phoenix conjure on the break? Nothing much, as they ran into Ihara, whose ball just maybe had a touch too much on it. Allerton chased it down well, but in the end, Northern Phoenix were good enough to shut the door at the expense of a corner. Good defensive work from Nikki Galanos. Western United strike first. And it is Walgerine who fakes, shouts for a foul, and will be given. Rebecca Davies just collided on her journey in towards the second ball there. It was a well-worked set-piece routine. Left it for Ihara, who skips by. That's wonderful footwork, and she has a go and has the finish. It's 2-0 to Western United in no time. It's a quick 1-2 punch for those in green, and it's a wonderfully taken goal from Amanda Ihara. She skipped by, worked the angle, and it was a bullet of a finish. So composed, rolled it in with help of the post, but it was clinical. Pinpoint. And United already are 2-0 up as Kristen Molloy tries to get Northern Phoenix up and running. Here's Mergianos. What can they conjure? She looks down the line for Galanos, who finds her. But Western United are able to stifle out the danger. Allerton with a good foot in. And Abdul Latif finds Allerton. And now Ihara, who's dropped deeper to try and facilitate. Uses Allerton when she could have gone in field for Davies. Allerton cuts inside, trying to work an angle. In the end, tried to work it back for Davies. Northern Phoenix able to nip in, but can only surrender possession once again to those in green. Ihara has another drive. And in the end, Northern Phoenix were up to the task and now can break Malloy. Lovely little 1-2, but Davies is there to stuff out the danger. It was a top stop from Emma Olsen in between the sticks. Took all the sting out with the first parry and was able to hold successfully after that. What can Northern Phoenix conjure? They just need to get a bit of a foothold in this game. You can sense it. Miller Best, they're just trying to get an element of control. Galanos looks to clip one over the top for Best again, but couldn't go as far as Allerton, who's driving at the Northern Phoenix defence. Davies takes over, and in the end, they get an important foot in. It was Nikki Galanos once more with a clearance, and they are really under the pump. Are the Northern Phoenix so far? It's a huge night here in Darebin, a rather dreary Melbourne Sunday, but you couldn't say that for this brilliant little pocket of the world, especially in here. Where else would you rather be? As Allerton finds Davies, lovely turn, and has a hit, and Olsen did well. Only got it back to Davies, who fired one in again. But Northern Phoenix deal with the danger. That is excellent recovery from Davies once more, looking to work the angle for a shot. Instead looks to fire one in, couldn't find a green shirt. And that navy blue wall just holding steady enough for a while, but that was lovely play from Rebecca Davies. She's been a bit of a live wire for this Western United side so far. A very, very bright start as she makes way for Stella Nissam, who's immediately on ball. Western United just with a 2-goal buffer early. Such a calm to the way that they play as Abdul Tif gets the return, but it's well ushered out of play. Western United, that one just slightly overhit. Emergianos can get us back underway for Northern Phoenix. I don't think that ever entered the court. It went in, then it went out. It's Western United and Abdul Tif looking to add an early third. A quick fire treble may be the answer, and they couldn't quite on that occasion. Northern Phoenix, what can they conjure? Already searching for an avenue back into this one. Sargina, Western United have pressed high really well already. You can see it's something they're looking to execute. They're a team in great form at the moment, a fabulous bit of momentum they've built, looking for 4 wins on the spin if they were to claim all 3 points this evening. It's certainly looking that way thus far. As Northern Phoenix, what can they do on the break? Best trying to tussle and wins a free kick in the end. That's lovely work from Miller Best. Mergianos relieves the free kick for Kristen Malloy to have a hit via a deflection, and it is one back for Northern Phoenix. Kristen Malloy's effort ricocheted but found the back of the net, and you can already sense that is a crucial goal for those in navy blue. They've been under the pump in the early exchanges, but does that offer them a way back into this one and a chance to get some momentum going? And can Western United reassert that 2-goal buffer? As Abdul Tif on ball is making to look sure they do. It was an inventive little pass. Looking to find Allerton. It was the right idea, it was on. But the Phoenix defence was alert to it, and in the end, they end up having to rush the clearance. And El Hayek. This is Abdul Tif once more, operating on this side as Davies back on court and straight back in possession. There's a real calm to the way that they shuffle at the moment. You know, that's a fabulous ball as well to find Abdul Tif. Conchidu tried to find a little clip ball into Sargin, but in the end, Galanos did well and managed to win possession back for Northern Phoenix. She gets it straight from Olsen. Managed to squeeze it through the legs of Abdul Tif, but Mergianos couldn't get it under. It's been a frantic start to this one. 2-1 Western United. Northern Phoenix with the most recent goal, and you sensed it was a crucial one, as United have started the game in such a ferocious tempo. Really well conducted by Allerton and Davis so far. Abdul Teef as well has dropped deep and looked to create. As Phoenix give it away once more. Sargin trying to work her way through, couldn't in the end. And a break could be on, but the door was closed. Only momentarily on Martello, and in the end Al Hayek made sure that it didn't come to fruition. What can they work here from the kick in Phoenix? They tried to hold it up, but it was a good nip in, and United can break now. They're waiting for numbers, and in the end, had to go back and recycle. Abdul Teef once more. Uses Sargin, now Davis. One-on-one with Malloy. Davis cuts inside, only finds a second shirt. Hasn't done yet, clips one in. Inventively towards Nissan, but in the end it peters out. Northern Phoenix will be thankful for that one. They did well to stop the break and did well to regain defensive shape and stop a Western United shot from heading goalwards or coming at all. It's Malloy. It's down the line. That's a lovely ball from Martello, who just couldn't get it under. And Abdul Teef and those can reset in green. Nissan down the line. Lovely little ball for Waljareen, who's looking to twist and turn and fire. She wasn't far away from a second. As Northern Phoenix rocked early, Olsen goes long towards Martello, who tried to shield and turn, but it only ran to Al Hayek. Now Waljareen for Abdul Teef. They've used the switch well so far, have United, and Davis has a drive, cuts inside, and it's a good body in the way for the Northern Phoenix once more, as they're just under the pump once again. A good little 2-minute period either side of that goal, but Western United have looked to and have in time reasserted control as Davis had a drive. Best got in the way and Martello shields. Doesn't quite get the clearance, but does get the desired outcome. Couple of big defensive bodies in the way there. First from Galanos, then Martello as well. Best tried to find Martello, and Davis just stuck a foot in to stop the number 14 from getting on the turn. And you can just feel a real calm and a real hush descend on Darabin. It's Galanos. It's back from Martello, and Waljareen stuck a foot in, but in the end couldn't win possession back for United. Malloy. Get Northern Phoenix going once more with Galanos. Has Best wide, chooses to go alone and nearly gives it away. Malloy read the situation well. That's a lovely ball to Martello. Can she cut inside, face to face with Davies? Abdul Teef went over to cover, and in the end that 1-2 punch did just enough to draw the false ball, and Abdul Teef uses Davies on the switch once again. Great ball down the line for Waljareen, who gives it back to Davies, who has a hit, and Olsen stood firm. She rolls out to Galanos. And that ball from Kristen Malloy long, only as far as Al Hayek, and Davis fizzes one into Waljareen straight away and gets it back. Davis. Strike was on once more. It is opening up for those in green at the moment, as Phoenix once again can't quite get it clear. Combination between Davis and Allerton, who have really been the ones running the show, as well as Abdul Teef so far. Phoenix head down the line. Malloy's in behind. Al Hayek came, did very well in the end. Lovely bit of goalkeeping. And they just get some calm. Back into this one, do Western United. Davis from Allerton, and look for Waljareen back post. Didn't come to any fruition, but you look at the combinations that they're making at the moment. Those in green, they've been wonderful so far. Thoroughly deserving of the 2-1 lead that they hold. They've put Northern Phoenix under immense pressure, who despite conceding twice, are still in this one. They've withheld well enough for the time being. Ball down the line looking for Malloy, was ushered out by Davis. What can they conjure from here? Well, Jareen came deepest and did well to get on the ball. Look at the structure they have set up with Davis once more. Running behind by Ihara. Wins a free kick, just a little clip on the heels of Amanda Ihara, and it just Schaefer Davis to line up a free kick. She has Ihara at the top if she wishes to roll. The shot could be on. Olsen making sure the wall and that far post are covered, looking to get all angles right. As a timeout is called by Western United just before that free kick. And they've made a fast start. They're just looking probably to get the message to keep it rolling. As we head to our first time out in this one, it's Western United 2, Northern Phoenix 1.
In a benzo, ready to my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Return from the timeout here in Darebin. United with a 2-1 lead and with a free kick. What can Araha conjure from this chance? She has 3 waiting at the edge, potentially for a pass or a second ball. The number 9 is poised. The wall shuffles. Olsen wants all angles covered. To enter. Araha rolls for Davis, who got a hit but didn't get much of it in the end. And Northern Phoenix just ride out the storm, and here's Best. Oh, playing with fire. For a brief moment there with those in navy blue as Olsen looks to go long for Malloy, and Best is hot on the tail of Araha, who does well. Takes no prisoners in clearing. As Phoenix might just be looking to issue a timeout in tune of this kick-in, and they do. So shortly after Western's first, Northern Phoenix will themselves issue a timeout, trailing by 2-1 so far. Not far out from half-time in this one. They've made a positive start of those in green, and it's all about what those in navy blue can do to respond, as it is United 2, Northern Phoenix 1. And after a brief timeout, we are back once more. You sense a tactical set piece here for Northern Phoenix. And Western United were alert to the danger. Wasn't the worst idea, Nikki Galanos trying to roll it out to the edge and invite a shot from Miller Best, who was closed down well. She looks to give Malloy down the line. It comes to no avail, and Western United questions over whether it was back to the keeper or a kick-in. It goes to El Hayek anyway. She finds Davis. Clips down the line for Araha. Couldn't find anybody centrally. Now Malloy, it opens up for a shot. Important block in there by those in green. So Malloy's grown into this one the last couple of minutes. Lovely ball from Galanos to Malloy. You can sense they're getting a bit of structure about their play as Araha nips in. Just at the perfect time, has Davis, looks to find her. And a bit of a scramble, but Northern Phoenix get it clear. Western United putting the pressure back on just at the right time. They got a good combination and a good spell of possession. Did the Phoenix. But it was an important nip in from Araha, who lines up a shot from Davis and is blocked importantly. And Best just gets it to calm everything down. It was Galanos who made the block. Now goes down the line for Malloy. Had Best in field, and it was read very, very well by Abdul Latif. Finds Davis. Araha. Shouts of keep the ball. It's Abdul Latif. That's what exactly they are doing. Araha. Can Western United work? Try to find Davis. Inventive ball as they drawn the space. And Rebecca Davis, it was just a bit in front of her. But you can see once again, very methodical in their approach, Western United. Northern Phoenix at the moment just looking to sit deeper, spring on the break. Malloy does very well to win the free kick. Araha maybe a touch overzealous to try and win the ball. It's not taken quickly, but the Western United players, Sargin in particular, alert to the danger. She joins the wall for Kristen Malloy to line up a free kick. Has movers near post, decides to look for Best, and it just had too much on it. Another opportunity for Northern Phoenix to have a look at goal. Goes begging. And Hyatt uses Davis to try and get Western United a quick start, maybe too quick. It's the number 20's forced to bring it back. And eventually, they do get the restart they were looking for. Davis, fabulous ball to Araha. Nissan, my apologies, who just couldn't get it under. It's a line breaker from Davis, who's had a really strong first half. She stood out as Malloy. Lovely little touch for Mergianos and gets it back. Mergianos once more. And Phoenix just getting some calm. Galanos finds Malloy, rolls for Mergianos. Fabulous bit of footwork, shouts for a penalty, nothing doing, says those in blue. And Davis can get Western United going the other way. She has Nissan, who's bursted down the line. Davis chooses to go herself, rolls it centrally, and that is a crucial block. It was so very nearly 3-1. If Northern Phoenix had nipped in and stifled out the danger, Abdul Latif couldn't get it past Mergianos in the end, and Olsen goes long for Mergianos, who had a go. El Hayek came out to close the danger, but that bit of Northern Phoenix pressure only came from an exceptional block from Miller Best. Western United had made the space for the shot, and it would have been 3-1 if the number 6 didn't stick a foot in. But can they add a third? As it is, Abdul Latif has Davis on the switch and uses her. It's Davis, one-on-one with Best. Tried to roll one in to the path of Sargin, but it didn't quite come to fruition. Neither does that long ball from Olsen, and they can reload again, those in green, through Abdul Latif. They're looking to make a change and potentially get Allerton back on court as soon as possible. Davis and Western United sense an opportunity to make it 3-1. They've been brilliant so far, precise passing, and they've tiptoed their way through when they've had to. So is Abdul Latif, and Davis, who can work the angle for another hit. Instead works it for Abdul Latif. And once again, Mergianos sticks a foot in at the expense of a corner. But with just under 2 minutes to go, prior to half-time, you sense Western United almost need a third. And Davies had a go, but got too much of it. And Olsen looked to go long, but could only give it to Davis, who's tried to skip her way past Best. In the end, couldn't. And what can they conjure on the break? Malloy, who was found by Mergianos, instead ran into the green wall, and Davis makes sure that it's cleared. But this is the opportunity for a spell of Phoenix pressure prior to the break as Davis makes way for Allerton. And Best uses Malloy, who tries to re-find her. There's a strong foot in from those in green, who are looking to ice this first half now. They were ferocious in the early exchanges. It was a real whirlwind Western start. They found a 2-goal advantage. Northern Phoenix have grown into this one and got a goal back via a deflection. It's that effort for Galanos. Couldn't get it past Waljarin, but they reload again. Malloy's gone near post. Galanos has worked to the far side. They do use Malloy, who rolls it out for Mergianos. And they do work it now to Galanos, who can't get it past Allerton, who has Waljarin ahead if she fancies it. Decides to go in the end to Sargin. Back with Allerton, look for Nissan. Clever little clip ball. Olsen alert to the danger. Mergianos. One more Northern Phoenix push to get themselves back on level pegging before the break. Instead, it might be Western United who had a third. Allerton. Miller Best nipped in well. Maybe a bit too casual there was Allerton. And that will draw to a close a truly enthralling first half. It looked like it might be a wild Western shootout from those in green, but Phoenix made it an arm wrestle and have a foot in this one. Half-time in Darabin. It is Western United 2, Northern Phoenix 1.
With low self-esteem, it was me and my mom, like the trust in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Red I've been in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now. Grew up with low self-esteem. Was me and my mom, like just us in the trunk.
So far, so good for those in Western United green. 2-1 at the break. And the summit of the league beckons if it stays like this. And they want to get on the hike straight away in this second half. Phoenix defence standing strong enough. On that occasion, it was Mergianos who stuck a foot in. And eventually, it was Galanos who was able to clear, and she gets them started through a free kick. To find Miller Best, whose pocket was picked by Araha, who had a hit, and Olsen got a touch on it, but it spilled in. And it is 3-1 to Western United. That 2-goal buffer re-established as quick as they would have wanted after the break. A thunderous strike from Araha, just too hot to handle for Olsen in goal. Not the start that Northern Phoenix wanted, definitely the start that those in green dreamt of. And once again, the Phoenix must rise from the ashes to try and salvage something from this one. But it could be 4. An effort on goal from Waljareen was just wide, and Olsen looked to get it going but couldn't find anyone aside from Alaman. Looking to turn the screw, Western United, but couldn't find a way past Malloy. At best, his pocket was picked by Allerton. Bit of play, and Miller Best did well not to give it up and can have a drive forward here, but eventually ran out of room. The Western United number 18 recovered beautifully to just usher that one out and ensure that El Hayek didn't have anything to do other than collect the ball to restart proceedings. Here is Allerton. Looks to go long for Waljareen. Could only find the palms of Olsen. Now Phoenix can't get past Araha. It was Mergianos who was just looking for an avenue down the line. Saw that Malloy had presented. This is a big second half for both of these sides. What can the Phoenix conjure? Galanos couldn't beat Waljareen. Will get a second attempt. Has Miller Best far side and Olsen back if she chooses. Goes up the line for Mergianos. Lovely flick for Malloy. One-on-one with Allerton. Couldn't get past. But Phoenix starting to create a couple of problems. Malloy. Lovely ball. Right idea. Miller Best just couldn't get on the end of it. But you need to see more of that, do the Northern Phoenix, if they are not only to reduce this deficit, but get themselves back in it. And that was a fabulous ball. Almost to find Miller Best from Mergianos. Just had a touch too much on it. And Abdul Latif can get Western United back up court. Smashing ball. Just while Jareen couldn't get in between keeper and defender. Northern Phoenix ride out another chance as Best looks to drive down the line. Lovely burst of speed from Best, but couldn't get the ball into the area to find Malloy. And Al Hayek can restart things for United. Allerton finds Waljareen down the line. It's a brilliant pass. Waljareen keeps it alive, has a go herself. Olsen made a brilliant save. Top reaction from the Phoenix, number 1, but it's excellent play from Waljareen to keep it alive and get the shot away. Top ball to find her from Abdul Latif, and Western United continuing to turn the screw as Davis re-enters and is immediately involved. Waljareen finds Davis again, and Olsen got a palm at the expense of a corner. Came through a body, she got up to get a touch well. And Western United looking to make it 4. You wouldn't sense it would kill this one, but it would make it a mountain. And it comes out to Davis, whose drive was just over the top. And the Phoenix just need to reset to get a bit of calm back into this one. Olsen goes long for Malloy, lovely touch. And footwork to skip by from Malloy. And Martello trying to twist her way around Davis, wins a corner. Great hold up from Malloy. And a lovely touch to find Martello, who did very well. Had Mergianos near post, couldn't get it past Abdul Latif, who in tune ran into Miller Best. And Western United calm it down. Davis. O'Hara. Lovely ball down the line for Waljareen. Rolls it for Davis. Fabulous goal. Wonderful free-flowing futsal from United, and they make it 4. Araha's ball to find Waljareen was pinpoint. The cutback, crucial. And Davis devastating at the back stick to make it 4-1. And to give United a cushion and Phoenix a real mountain to climb. And those in green may already be up it. As Best looks to find Martello, but to no avail. As Western United now with El Hayek and Abdul Latif just meandering their way up court, trying to calculate a play. Found Nissan, who could only find the navy blue wall, and Best. Goes back for Malloy. Tries to clip one in from Martello, who did very well, and Best in turn. That's a fabulous touch from Mergiano. Shouts for handball. She worked the angle. She had a hit. But Davis carried it away and can get United up court. Has Abdul Latif back. That's fabulous work from Davis. Under immense pressure and just kept her composure, didn't panic. And then found Sargin with a smashing pass out wide. And Sargin's trying to work the angle, got it through the legs of Best, and Malloy was there to mop up. Defensively, they've been very sound so far. Phoenix, you wouldn't know it with the scoreline being 4-1, but they've been dogged in their efforts. El Hayek, Davis. She's been the destructive force, as has Abdul Latif. And Olsen got a touch at the expense of a corner, but it was a good low save from the Phoenix #1. As they're just hanging on by a thread at the start of this second half. Can they find something, as they did in the first, to get themselves back into it? Short corner, Sargin faked the run. Instead it found Davis, who couldn't skip by Martello, but did well to recover. And it's Davis who looked for the return ball to Abdul Latif. And instead Best did very well. Malloy looked for Martello. That's a cracking ball. And in the end, Nissan got a foot in. And Northern Phoenix get possession higher up. It will be Mergianos. Tried to disguise one down the line for Best. But United were alert to the danger and shut the door. Abdul Latif finds Davis. Just a real calm as they regain their shape to those in green. Sargin, it's been such a factor of what's made them so devastating so far this evening. They've been united in their efforts and united in their mantra. They play futsal the way that they do, and it's looked brilliant so far. Davis and Abdul Latif at the heart of it as Davis again slides in. There is no letting up and no pressure let off for Northern Phoenix as Best. This is Mergianos. Malloy drops it for Galanos, who looks for Mergianos, who's advanced well up the line. Couldn't find her way past, and Davis again recovers from Sargin. Has Allerton. And Davis once more. Sargin, they just work the space so well at the moment, the United. Davis has Nissan if she fancies, and does. Just a real composure about this United side as they try and work the angle for another shot. Davis does, and Olsen gets a strong hand. The foul is called, and the Phoenix will get a possession. Strong hands from Emma Olsen. She's been busy but brilliant in net so far. El Hayek, her counterpart, a little bit less to do, but has been sturdy when called upon. As Western United, and Davis in particular, have dominated proceedings. Lovely ball to find Nissan, gets it back, has a shot, and it's just wide. Olsen thought about the save momentarily, then pulled a hand away. And Best. Can Phoenix get going? She ran into a green wall, and Nissan came away with it. and looked to drive forward, but couldn't in the end. Instead, it was Mergianos and Malloy trying to get Phoenix up court. Best. Now Mergianos, it briefly opened up. Lovely ball to find Malloy, just couldn't get it under. And once again, a good spell doesn't come to fruition for Northern Phoenix. And United just ride the wave. As Allerton, Nissan nipped in behind, did very, very well. And Davis able to recover. Mergianos it was, he tried to get a foot in. And Allerton trying to work the angle for a shot, has a hit, could only hit a Northern Phoenix body, and Best just wanted to break, but instead had to slow up as Martello finds Galanos. Over on the far side, you see Phoenix. Can they spread their wings in this second half? Lovely turn from Malloy, finds Martello, who has Malloy on the return. It is Malloy, couldn't work the ball past Davis. And in two, Martello couldn't get past Allerton, who tried to skip her way through, and Malloy could only bring her down. Lovely footwork from the United number 18, who's just been such a conductor, along with Abdul Latif so far this evening. They've ticked this over. Davis has really been the linchpin, but Allerton clips one for Nissan. Malloy got in the way once more. Martello cleared only as far as Davis. Now Allerton once more. Davis once again trying to work a shot, but Malloy's second foul on Allerton in a moment gives Western United a free kick and another chance from a set piece. Can Davis unleash a drive? Instead rolls it for Allerton. Lovely little interchange between those two. She couldn't find the return to Davis. Best tried to press, but Araha was there to stifle out any of the danger for now. United won't mind that. Trying to limit the break. Phoenix sensed the shape was exposed, sensed a chance to spread their wings and maybe get a goal back. But Araha was there to stifle out the danger. And in turn, United, with Waljarin, who's now back on court, you sense are looking to just calm this one down. It could be a final five burst if they are to add a fifth and any further goals. But they understand at the moment that the Phoenix are pushing. They're in a good run. And they just need to reassert their control on this one. Hasn't slipped far. But there's a glimmer of light, and Araha has them up court, has Allerton short, and uses her. It is Allerton who can only find the side netting. Once again, a quick shot fired off a ball in, and Best couldn't get past Waljarin in the air, and that's brilliant defensive play. And Araha, lovely footwork to get it to Davis, and they can break now, Western United. Davis rolls it wide for Allerton, who couldn't quite get it under first time. And Olsen tried to get there after Galanos made the block, but they could only give away a corner. It opened up there for Western United on the break. And it does for Davis! Brilliant save from Olsen once more, got a strong hand and tipped it over. Araha ran out of room on the return. But Emma Olsen once again up to the challenge. It was another Davis drive. She made a fabulous save. Shouts for handball. Nothing doing, says the official. As the return ball for Malloy just couldn't find itself as Allerton rolls it to Davis. United trying to skip their way through. Davis with the cutback, but no one was home. As Phoenix issue a first time out of this second half. Maybe a chance to regroup and find a way back into this one as they need to push home. We go to our first time out of the second half here in Darabin, and Western United lead by 4-1.
self-esteem. It was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding round in a benzo. Ready to I'm in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
As we return from a first time out in this second half, issued by the Phoenix, who see themselves down 4-1. And they have just under 9 minutes to try and save something from this one. Unless United want to surrender their place at the summit, they too will be hoping to ensure that they earn all 3 points. And while Jareen finds Araha, who tried to clip one towards the top corner. Wasn't a bad effort from Araha. She caught it sweet. Just maybe got too much rounded as Olsen looks to go long, and Araha once more alert to the danger. Whenever Martello's been on, Northern Phoenix have looked to go long. She's got a great hold-up play. Really good at spinning in behind and just protecting the space to draw the defender and then go beyond. So it's no surprise that there's a small tactical shift for those in navy blue. As Malloy is to kick in. Options are plenty. Uses Galanos, who tries to find Martello, who just couldn't quite get there. You sense it may be now or never for Northern Phoenix. The kitchen sink may need to be thrown as O'Raha and Abdul Latif for Western United. Can they work the angle for a shot at a fifth? Allerton. Lovely ball, lovely touch from Waljareen. Looking to twist and turn her away past two Phoenix players and does brilliantly. Abdul Latif opens up for Allerton. Dances past, has a go, and Olsen covers her angles. Brilliant save again at the expense of another corner. But Emma Olsen up to the task once more, as Allerton did really well to shift it onto her left foot, got the shot away. But the Northern Phoenix #1 stuck out a leg and ensured that it didn't creep in at the near post. As Allerton for Araha. Wouldn't have mattered if it found the back of the net. The whistle had blown and Northern Phoenix have a free kick. Interesting one here. 3 fouls for the Phoenix, 2 for United. Neither on a tightrope just yet. As Malloy tried to find Best, who'd made the run. Instead, Abdul Latif got from Waljareen. Now Allerton has Araha back and uses her. Araha, oh, that's lovely. And it is Allerton. And Olsen stood up once more and finds Martello, who gets it under control. Can she work the angle? Tried to roll in Malloy, but they weren't on the same page. And Abdul Latif will let it roll out. But Olsen once more just stuck out an arm and got in the way. Araha finds Abdul Latif. United, you sense, will want to add a fifth as they look to find Waljareen down the line. She runs out of room. And Northern Phoenix can restart one more with Galanos. Olsen back to the number 11. Look to play down the line for Mergianos, but could only find a Western United shirt in the process. They do get the chance to reload once more. Mergianos, she has Best on the switch if she chooses. Uses Galanos, who goes down the line for Malloy but runs out of room on that one. And the thing United have done really well is whenever Northern Phoenix have looked to gain the ascendancy and a bit of momentum in this game, they've made it scrappy. They've made possession hard to come by and they've ensured that the Phoenix can't get into a rhythm. And Araha has been one of them who's broken up play wonderfully on a number of occasions as well. Jareen keeps it in play. Best tried to skip by, ran out of room before she knocked it back in. And it's United once more who are unrelenting in that press. The second they lose the ball, it is so imperative, and you can see it in the intensity that they win it back as Nissan and Sargin re-enter the court. And Best looked to clip in Malloy. She went central, but the ball went wide. And Sargin and Western United can reload. Abdul Latif has his Sargin, lofts one in for Nissan. That's a lovely ball. Looks to twist and turn. Returns it to Allerton. Sargin back with the 18. Now Abdul Latif. Nissan, they work it so well. Can they work the angle for a shot? Looks to cut inside Nissan. It opens up. And it still might be there for Sargin and Abdul Latif. And in the end, it doesn't come to fruition thanks to a lovely block from Nikki Galanos. Stuck an important foot out as Olsen goes long for Malloy, who took it down well, who tried to play best in on the turn, couldn't quite get it past Allerton, and Nissan's through one-on-one. She has Sargin if she chooses, and does. Gives it back for Allerton. Trying to work the shot. Sargin had a go. And it was wide in the end, but it's once again Western United causing so many problems down that right-hand side. As Malloy takes it down, but a touch runs out of room. Davis comes back onto court. 3.5 minutes remain in what has been a bit of a tight contest, cagey at times. But United have shown their quality and still hold that 3-goal lead. As Davis, who's been at the heart of it, looks to cut inside. Thought about leaving it for Abdul Latif, but instead returned it for Sargin, who couldn't find her once more. And Northern Phoenix gets a reload. 3 minutes left. Is there a late twist in the tail to this one? As just a touch of darkness descends on Darabin. Is there a bright spark from the Phoenix to get them back into it? Malloy has certainly given it her best. And so has Milibest, who tries to skip by Nissan and wins a free kick. United just on thin ice. 4th foul for them. They'll need to keep it clean if they want to keep this lead intact and ensure a swift passage to the summit of the mountain. That is SFV Women's. And they're looking to go again as Sargin looks to skip by Malloy, got round the outside but couldn't get a ball in. Nissan was lurking for the cut back. And Olsen for Malloy. Got away from Sargin and Nissan. Lovely bit of tenacity from Malloy, but Davis stepped in to stifle out any danger. And as the number 20 has for those in green so often this evening. She's just been at the right place at the right time. And there it is once more to apply the block. It opened up for Mergianos for a moment. And they have another corner. 1 minute 50 left. She couldn't get it past Abdul Latif, good best. Mergianos did well. A long-range effort. Potentially clearance, turn shot from Sargin. And Olsen goes long for Malloy, who won the flick on, but Davies ushers it back to El Hayek, who's not had the busiest of evenings. There's Abdul Latif and Malloy. She might be called into action. Here it is, Malloy! And El Hayek got down well. Lovely save to stifle out any danger. And in the end, Milibest got across, but that'll do for United as we head into the final 90 seconds of this one. It is now or it is never for the Northern Phoenix. Shouts from the touchline of press for those in navy blue. Abdul Latif looking to lob long, only as far as Olsen. And they get to reload. What can they conjure? Oh, it was a lovely ball as well. Araha nipped in to avoid it going to Best, and then Best did win it in turn, but couldn't get past Araha, and then Davis. Abdul Latif. Lovely ball down the line. Araha, Olsen came, had to get there and did. Another brilliant display of goalkeeping. Mergianos could only roll it as far as Araha. Now Nissan tried to return it, and Best came away with it. Galanos couldn't clear from Araha, who turns, fires just wide. That would have iced it. If it wasn't sealed, it would have been signed and delivered. As Olsen went long but ran out of room. 42 seconds left. And you sense, for those in Western United green, it will be the summit, at least momentarily. And it will be 4 wins on the spin, as they are in imposing form at the moment. Araha, lovely 1-2. Instead is called back for Araho with 33 seconds left. United won't mind this, just slowing it down. Finds Davis, who has Nissan, who really had the opportunity to make it 5. Phoenix get away with one at the death. Now Bess, can she reduce the damage? Shouts for a free kick, and it is given. Can there be one with 20 seconds left? Maybe merely consolation now, as that is the 5th foul for United. Though it may not matter much, as we're in the closing stages, very much the end game of this encounter. Can Malloy produce some magic and give the Phoenix something to smile about on a day where United have well and truly won the arm wrestle? It is Malloy. It's straight into Nissan. She'll get another go. Tried to roll it back post for Galanos, and Araho was in the way. You can see United press trying to act in well there. 10 seconds remain in this one, as El Hayek and Araha are in no rush to restart proceedings. Araha lobs long, looking for Davis. The clearance could only find Nissan. Now it is Araha. And Western United, as Nissan couldn't get past Millibest, but it matters not. Those in green were brilliant. From the first whistle to the last, start to finish, United control proceedings. The Phoenix had a glimmer just prior to half-time, but it is Western United whose 4th win on the spin takes them momentarily at least to the top of the table. It is Western United 4, Northern Phoenix 1.
Low self-esteem. It was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. The crew riding around in a benzo. Red I've been in charge of my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
I'm here with Tyler, the manager of Northern Phoenix. Obviously, Tyler, a bit of a tough one to take tonight. What happened out there?
Look, I don't think it was too tough. I mean, Western are a good team. They're a bit like us. They've brought in a whole bunch of new players throughout the season. It takes a little bit of time to gel. It's kind of where we're at the moment. I think, in all honesty, it was one of our better games so far this season. I mean, we're missing a few players through injury and everything like that. So, but I'm not unhappy with the game. I'm not disappointed. Western deserved to win, and I think we're getting better each week. So.
I would certainly agree. There was a lot of positives out there for your side tonight. Unfortunately, it is a couple of losses on the spin for you, but are the signs there to ensure that you're not far away from 3 points?
Yeah, I don't think that we're too far away. I mean, we've got Fitzroy next game, so like it's another tougher challenge. But you've got to realise that for us, or I have to realise when I'm coaching, that these players are all new. We brought in 6 players in the off season. It takes so much time to gel. And it's getting there, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. It's a process.
And just with that last one, you've brought in a lot of new players, obviously, as you've mentioned. Do you think this season you expected it to be maybe a little bit of a learning curve and an adjustment period, or were you expecting to hit the ground running?
Look, you always want to hit the ground running, but like if you can take out the expectation was, yes, we would hit the ground running. The reality is, unfortunately, it's going to take us a little bit of time to grow together. And you have to understand that sometimes things just don't go your way in sport and life. So we're getting there.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it.
Good luck, mate. I'm here with Amanda from Western United. Obviously a fantastic result for your guys today. What was the message that you got before going out on court?
Basically our coach just told us just to keep doing what we're doing. We're putting lots of work in training as well. So everything that we're learning in training, we're just putting it out on the court on the game day. And yeah, I guess it's all working.
It definitely shows. It's 4 wins on the spin for you lot now at the moment. What is the feeling around the group being in such a good run of form and carrying such a strong momentum with you?
Yeah, of course we're all happy, but we take it week by week. We're not focused on win, 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 win. We have a game on Wednesday, on the Sunday. We just play game by game, and yeah, we're getting the job done. So I'm really proud of the girls.
And that's obviously a great attitude to take in as you sit top momentarily before this one plays out. Are you looking forward to maybe potentially a title charge at the end of the season?
Yeah, of course. That's always the goal, is to get up on the table. But yeah, like I said, we're taking it game by game and working hard. Like we're playing for each other as well. So hopefully we're up there, yeah.
Amazing. Amanda, thank you so much for your time and well played tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. Crew riding round in a benzo. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and I thrive, but look at me now.
Welcome back to Darebin for what should be an absolutely unbelievable game. A top of the table clash. Fitzroy taking on Melbourne Aku. Both sides have made a flying start in 2025. Obviously, it all laid down by those from out west who won 4-1. But take nothing away from either of these two teams. This is a game of huge importance. As Fitzroy look to get a strong start, and Williams dancing through. Can she get a shot away? It trickles. It's given. It's trickled over the line. And Sophie Williams, inside the opening minutes, gives Fitzroy a 1-0 lead. Sarah Richardson, my apologies. Sophie Williams is number 3 for Melbourne Aku this evening. A lovely dancing run from Richardson to put Fitzroy in front. And she's straight back into it. Lovely ball down the line to find Futsal. And Aku put under immediate pressure, a goal down early. A Maisie Richardson run sees Fitzroy ahead. As the ball in towards Lucy Reimer. Came to know who were looking to get a foothold in this game already. Futsal. Clip down the line. Fitzroy looking for a quick 1-2 punch. As Drinoshki rolls it back for Futsal. It's a well-worked move. They just couldn't get it down the line with enough on it. But Fitzroy already turning the screw. Already a goal in front. And pressing hard for an early advantage. As here is Williams for Aku. What can they do with the first move of the night? To go and field and a free kick awarded. Just a late lunge from those in Fitzroy black. And it gives Aku a free kick and an avenue back into this one. Conversation between Williams and Reimer. Looks like Reimer will take. It's Reimer's hit. Doesn't beat the Fitzroy wall. But Aku get a chance to reload. Rocked early. Reimer trying to work the angle. Trying to fire a ball in, and Williams can recycle. Fitzroy, lovely press from Drinoshki, who wins back well. Under a bit of pressure, the Aku press is good. And Reimer goes away clutching her knee, maybe a late challenge as play continues. And Aku try to work the angle at the expense of the game's first corner. It was Hubeck who tried to fire a shot in. Fitzroy got bodies behind. Rolls it out for Yamashita, whose pocket gets picked, and they could be on for a second. An audacious Fitzroy drive from near half court, trying to catch out the Aku goalkeeper. As Williams rolls it down the line. Lovely cut inside and another foul. Hubeck causing early problems for this Fitzroy defence. And they have another free kick. To Aku. In a dangerous position. Could line up for Williamson. Second free kick, Hubeck's one. And Sophie Williams has a hit. Once again, only finds the wall. Recovers again, that's a smashing ball. Yamashita tried to roll it centrally. And in the end, Fitzroy got enough bodies and enough touches to allow it to roll. Bit of an undanger. A few challenges flying in early as this one. No love lost between these two teams. Hubeck. Williams. Aku needs to take the initiative. What can they conjure? Oh, it's a smashing challenge. Lovely touch from Futsal. Aku have really taken the ascendancy since going a goal down. A couple of important challenges from Drinoshki. maintaining a slender Fitzroy advantage for the time being. They lead by a goal to nil. And they nearly made it 2 and still can make it 2. Richardson lurking for the second ball. And in the end, Aku get it clear. But having taken the ascendancy, it's so quickly how this game can change. They're immediately put back under the pump. And what can Drinoshki conjure? Frushkalza, Richardson, they get it clear. To those in blue and white. And Fitzroy gets a restart with Elizabeth Eyre. It looks to go long. Fabulous bit of hold-up play. The Aku bodies descend, but it's rolled back for Drinoshki. And Fitzroy looking to make it work down the line. A good foot in from Yamashita to stop Frushkaljo's run. And the Aku number 8 can get them going again. Yamashita, Williams look to give it back to her. And the Frushkaljos nearly combined. Yamashita. Aku just trying to regain some shape. It was Kubik who tried to get them going. As they're in the ascendancy at the moment are Melbourne Aku. And they get that feel. As Jessica Au tries to go down the line, tries to work the shot for herself, gets the look in. It fell to her rather fortuitously and she nearly made Fitzroy pay for failing to get it clear. Eyre happy to watch it roll wide and now goes long for Frushkaljo. Twisting and turning down the line, couldn't get past Kubik. They get to reload from a ball in after an early piece of brilliance from Sarah Richardson, who nearly made it 2 with a lovely drive. It's gotten a bit scrappy and shots are hard to come by, as you'd expect from a top of the table clash. Two teams beautifully drilled and a lovely ball towards Kubik, just had too much on it. But you can sense that Aku have got those nerves out of the way. They're getting into their combinations. Fitzroy holding firm for now. And Sarah Richardson, the only goal scorer in this one, finds Drinoshki, who goes for Frushkaljo, trying to work the angle for a shot. Instead, the Aku cavalry arrive. Yamashita, that's a gorgeous bit of play. Kubik looking to skip by Richardson, couldn't do it. Richardson kept driving, wanted a free kick and did get one for a pullback. And this is a dangerous position for Fitzroy to double their advantage with a quarter of an hour to go before half time. And for those in black, Dimos enters as Frushkaljo stands over the dead ball. Important moments for Aku to see this one off. It's Frushkaljo's hit. Nearly got it to Drinoshki. Keeper came and got there well enough. Frushkaljo rolls it for Drinoshki again. A quick 1-2 didn't come to fruition as Al got a foot in. And Melbourne Aku can sense and breathe a sigh of relief only momentarily. Drinoshki couldn't get past Yamashita. Now Jessica Au. The need for calm is there for Aku, and they have it. Williams for Au, tried to clip one beyond Frushkaljo and couldn't do it. Williams loses out, but Au in the end recovers very well. And it is cleared for those in white by Danielle Bradley. This is the thing that Fitzroy have done very well in the opening 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes. They've closed well, the press has been good, and they haven't let Aku out. As Bradley looked to go long for Yamashita, it was a good ball, but she just couldn't get it under. And you sense it. Eyre goes long once more. It's been a long ball heavy game for Fitzroy's. Frushkaljo gets a shot away. But they can't double their advantage. Bradley's got her angles right. In net, was unlucky for the first one. Williams. Now Yamashita. Uses Williams once more. Can Aku find an equaliser? Ow. Worked for Chiba down the line. But once again, the Fitzroy defence holding very firm. Air able to set them off once more. Has Vonya deepest and uses her. Au stuck a foot in. Frushkalzo got in the way. And in the end, Fitzroy are able to just calm proceedings down once more. Dimos with Frushkalzo once more. They nearly make a mess of it. And can Aku find something? Au uses Williams. Clip long. Couldn't find Chiba. And Fitzroy once more able to just sit in. Regain possession, regain a control on proceedings. And you can sense it's needed as Aku have tried to unpick the lock and draw themselves level as Dimos rolls it back for Frushkalzo, whose long ball in turn could only give possession back to Bradley. Melbourne Aku. Been able, who's entered court, has Yamashita deepest, chooses to go long looking for Au, and Air did well, commanded, and goes long straight away, but can only return it to her counterpart Bradley in between the Aku nets, and she returns the favour once more with a lofted throw. 11 minutes remain. Fitzroy keeping it cagey, not allowing it to flow. And Frushkalzo nearly caught on the touch by Au, finds Vonya, who clips it. That's a smashing ball to get out of the press. Dimos just couldn't get it under. And Aku once more, they've decided that they want to try and get themselves out of the cage and get themselves level before half time in a must-win encounter. For Sneijder. Rolls it wide. Lovely ball, opens for Au. And Air got a touch, and it was an important save to keep Fitzroy's lead at 1-0. Au rolls it, couldn't get it past. But the shot, the ball isn't dead. Au looks to recycle, has Fresneda on the switch if she chooses. Can't get past Vonya in the end, but that's the best look that Melbourne Aku have had so far, and it nearly, very nearly gave them an equaliser. Jessica Au on commentary side. Rolls it back for Chiba. Fresneda. Chiba once more. Au, lovely 1-2. Opened up for Chiba, couldn't get the shot away. Fresneda. Au. Once again, Fitzroy's defence standing firm. But Melbourne Aku are just in the ascendancy now. Taking the game to those in black. As Au. They do very well to keep the ball. Fresneda. Au once more, that press in defence. So crucial from a Fitzroy standpoint. Have a chance for an equaliser. It fell for Hubeek. And Frushkalzo was... Rolls it wide for Chiba. One-on-one trying to work the shot. Instead tried to roll it for Al, but just couldn't. Got a yard away from Bryant. Rolled it into the skipper who couldn't get a shot away. But Aku have some positive signs. They have the ascendancy. And they defend that well as Bradley looks to go long for Au, who took it down and had a go. All in one. It was a good connection from Jessica Au, just couldn't get the dip to trouble Air in goal. Here's Richardson. Clip over the top for Frushkalzo, and Bradley will mop up. You can see whenever they're not in possession, happy to allow Aku to have the ball inside their own half. But Au, as soon as it gets there, the press comes straight in, and Air does very well before retreating to goal. Hubeek just couldn't get in behind. And so far, Fresneda's clip in, and Bryant was alert to the danger. That's a lovely clearance. As we head towards the closing stages of what's been an enthralling first half, the only goal coming in the opening minutes. Through Sarah Richardson of Fitzroy, they hold the slenderest of advantages. As Au looks to go long, can't break in behind, doesn't break for Peter's hit, shouts for handball. Referee says nothing doing. Fitzroy need to get it clear. Richardson does well and Hubeek fouls. And it just relieves the pressure on those in black. And my word, they've been under the pump these last 5 minutes. as Air has a chance to get them forward. Has Drinoshki if she chooses. Uses Richardson instead. Sarah Richardson. Turned into a cul-de-sac. Frisia back with Richardson. They work it well. Lovely to skip by Richardson. Trying to dance past and the foul is given. Wins a free kick as Sheba just dangled the leg out as Richardson skipped by. And Frisia. Timeout is about to be called. As those in Fitzroy, Jimmy Sufas was over there just before that free kick was taken. But Aku, keep it rolling. Fresneda, wide for Reimer. And Fresneda one more, looks to return it to Reimer over the top, but Brian alert to the danger and gets an important flick on at the expense of a corner. Aku once more, and Williams have a corner. They had Fresneda long, went for Reimer, who flashed one across the face, but no one was there to turn it in. Only got a Fitzroy touch to clear. Hugh Beak. Fresneda. Twisted, turned, wonderfully hit the side netting. Air had the front post covered, but it was hit with some venom, that strike. And Melbourne Aku have just been building to something prior to half-time. Hasn't come to fruition yet. Fitzroy steady as Drinoshki. That's a lovely ball to Fruscalzo. Waited for Richardson, who couldn't turn it in. It was a wonderful move from those in black. The ball from Drinoshki was pinpoint, the hold-up play and flick on wonderful. And Richardson, who was in for a second, had a stab and couldn't apply the finish. And having been under the pump for majority of the last 5 minutes, Fitzroy nearly broke and had a second. And what can Aku do to answer? Williams from Fresneda. Hugh Beak. The Fitzroy press more intense now, you can sense it. Fresneda. Williams. They're trying to work an angle. Of those in white, Williams only as far as Richardson. Bryant's touch, couldn't get it past Reimer. She did well in the end. Drinoshki can't skip by the Aku wall. Reimer does very well to collect. It opens up for Reimer, cuts inside. Look to give it to Kubik at the far side. Anywhere will do for Bryant, but not there. Fresneda and Air was able to clean up well. Now Drinoshki. Couldn't get past Reimer. Williams opens up for Williams, who had a drive and it was just wide. Aku need to make this pressure count before the break. Well and truly in the ascendancy and taking the game to Fitzroy. They maintain a slender lead. It's Williams is looking to level the game out. Hugh Beaks made a darting run and she finds her. Back with Williams. Has Fresneda. Williams went alone. And Air showcased the sound pair of hands. Fruscalzo. Richardson just couldn't find Drinoshki. And at the moment, Aku are pressing hard. You sense there's one more to come before half-time. Does it come for those in red, blue and white? Or can Fitzroy spring the break once more and double their advantage? It would be a real gut punch to Aku's efforts, a real clip to their wings. And they nearly had a chance for an equaliser. Drinoshki mopped up well. Richardson finds Drinoshki once more. They've worked that brilliantly. Fruscalzo couldn't skip by. And Aku once more just keeping themselves in this one. Richardson got it away from Hubie. She collides with Vonya. It could break. It's off the post. It's off the post. A real mix-up at the back from Fitzroy. It was nearly turned into their own net. And Aku get a corner. And Sufis was to issue a timeout on the touchline. Williams had a hit Air showcased another sturdy pair of hands and went long to no avail. Bradley. Reimer. Went down the line. What can they work from this? Aku doesn't come to fruition as Air is there to clean up. And as we head to half-time for what has been an at times cagey but overall enthralling first half of futsal in this top-of-the-table clash. Fitzroy edge it right now thanks to Sarah Richardson in the opening moments. But as we go to the half-time break, it is Fitzroy 1, Melbourne Aku 0.
With low self-esteem, it was me and my mama, just us in the trauma. Hands up if you know what I mean. I see you, I feel you. I want you to know that you're not alone. I know what it's like not to have a home. Feel like I live in the end zone. I'm the one leading the drives. I'm riding around in a benzo. Ready to my own fate. Left the excuses behind. Now I'm the illest violinist alive. I took the pain and